Are we? I think we're live.
We are live?
Woohoo!
Okay, it's been wild. It was wild before we even got on the show.
Wild and wacky. Wacky and wild.
So, the show is all about receiving. If you got a pen and paper, I'm going to have you guys write some things down. We're going to answer some questions and everything. So, stay tuned.
This is going to be a great show. I can feel it.
It is. So today's kind of rocked me a little bit. I had some heavy things kind of hit with some really good receiving moments. And as I'm speaking about this, I'm getting incredibly lightheaded. So I would love for you to help set the environment and the container. So we're gonna have everybody, because we are talking about receiving, and when you start accepting and allowing to receive the abundance that you deserve, you will start clearing out programming, trauma, different things that are stored up in your body that is causing resistance. And so I'm already feeling it. It's already been hitting me today with some of my up leveling, and so I'm gonna definitely enjoy having Nate kind of settle and ground us for a little bit here. So I want everybody to just receive his flute and breathe in. And when you feel that heaviness, I want you to take a deep breath in. And this time I want you to actually exhale it out like you are really moving it out, okay?
Turn the reverb.
Okay, and then if you feel like moving, I want you to also move too. deep breath in. And exhale it out. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale out. That was needed. Okay. So I'm tingling. If you guys are tingling, or if you can feel the vibration, or if you can start feeling your heart pounding, maybe you might feel your hair a little bit, your eyebrows, your jaws, your face. Write in the comments what you're noticing right now. Okay, so today we are discussing receiving, and again, like most of the shows, there's a lot that we can cover in this, but I have a little bit of a platform to start discovering how you get to receive more in your life. Because in order to receive what you're wanting to create, in order to receive the love and the connection that you are desiring, in order to receive the abundance of all things, the abundance of life, the abundance of freedom, the abundance of financial money, the abundance of whatever it is that you desire, you've got to know how to receive.
It's impossible to not receive, but to receive what we really truly desire sometimes takes some calming, some quieting, and some believing. And I feel like you've shifted today in that area. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Oh my word! Okay, so I'm going to let's put this thought up real quick that you have already. That was good, Ben. You're on top of it. Okay, so I want you guys to read this. Nate, would you in your lovely voice?
Approach your struggles with curiosity. There must be something you don't know yet. Lauren Wardell.
Breathe that in for a minute. So, receiving is not only being able to receive all of the beautiful desires and the yumminess that you got coming your way, but it's also in being able to receive the struggle that has also come, or the challenge, or even the confusion, right? Mm-hmm. Because in that, there is kind of a lesson, and it's, I don't always want to say lesson, but I don't, at this moment, it is a way that you get to discover the contrast so that you can move cleaner and fuller into where it is that you're going. So receiving, in a sense, the struggle of it is opening up that curiosity and receiving the inspiration behind that challenge, that contrast, and then being able to kind of come into the pause of the moment in order to be able to then receive, because everything is created in this moment.
The great thing about curiosity is it's such a low-key thing. It's such a fun and playful emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Curiosity doesn't have that struggle attached to it, and that allows us to be open for the receiving.
Yes. And that's why I like to, I've discovered in my receiving, I've definitely been through some programming that my mother has taught me growing up, you know, and then my own natural instinct behaviors that you gotta do it on your own. You gotta take care of everyone, and no one's really gonna be there for you. If you receive something, you better give back tenfold, whether you want to or not.
Let us know if you have these as well.
Yeah. Or that, you know, the worthiness, right, of receiving something for that you don't feel necessarily that you deserve, or you could have received something different, right? I'm kind of going into a broad, vague theme at the moment, but so I have been able to reword and match my vibration that I'm wanting to go to with rewording my, so to say, struggle in receiving. So that curiosity word puts you into the observing state. It takes that pressure off.
Mm-hmm.
It's, oh, interesting. This is interesting. Instead of, this is happening to me.
That's great. Just Ben, so you know, we can't see the bottom half.
So Leanne says something is wrong with my receiving this broadcast. Have you started yet? We are started now. I think she's on now, though. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna wait. Should we pull up that thought yet?
I love that thought.
Yeah. We're going to just explore. We're going to get curious about some different dynamics. Okay?
So let's talk about receiving and maybe some of the other words attached to it. So receiving, I always view receiving like breathing in, and breathing out. So we can't help but do this. But most of us think we're always breathing out. Or, you know, when we receive money, we have to breathe that out and breathe it out. But the truth is, money always comes back in. It always does. And we all have these preconceived ideas that we kind of learned growing up about. And this money really is the hot button for most people. Mm-hmm. Money, health, and relationships are the top. Let us know what your hot button is, money, health, or relationships. But when we talk about money, I think a lot of people have different ideas as to how to receive money. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about how people think they receive money that maybe isn't quite true. So I think one of the top ones is hustle or struggle or work.
Ew. I'm a recovering workaholic. This has been my exploration of receiving, and it just slammed me today. And both financially and exhaustion, right? And at the same time, I'm also receiving support. I'm also receiving money just coming into the account, right? And so I know that I'm on that path of growth. But no matter where you're at, your desires are wanting. You are wanting to grow. You're wanting to create, and you're going to have contrast. And you get to receive all of it.
And this is the great thing about life. We are all fantastic, magnificent creators.
Yeah.
Sometimes the problem is we're creating the opposite of what we want very powerfully and strongly.
Yeah. So my creation today was as I advanced and took those big leaps forward, and I was celebrating, and all of this goodness is coming in, right? And financials coming in and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, what's popping up is all of this stuff I get to clean up. You know? And I'm like, ugh, right? Oh my gosh, whether it's relationships that I get to say, okay, we get to have a conversation, or this gets to end.
Right.
Or, you know, some cleaning up some bills or things like that, right? And all of that is coming up in my life because it is time, and it is at the least resistance for me to take action, to move forward. It's not pounding me to get me, right? It's reminding me, look, honey, you are doing so good. This, it's time, right? It's time to clean this up, to allow receive the gift from it, and then let it go so that you can freely move forward. So I'm receiving all that.
You know what I can also feel? There's some people who are watching right now who it's time for them too.
Most definitely. It's time. So I'm gonna put this comment up too. So Christopher John Stubbs is, I believe, who created this, the Ascensions. So go for it.
As soon as you no longer need it, you're prepared to receive it.
I would love for you to explain what you feel with that comment.
Oh, that is so powerful. Because when you need something, that vibration of needing it means you are, every topic, it's like picking up a stick, and on one end is what you desire, on the other end is the opposite of what you desire. It's what you don't desire. And when you're saying I need something, it means I don't yet have it. And yes, you may strongly want it, but the I don't yet have it portion of it means you're on the side of the stick that is not allowing it to come to you. So that's why so many things break loose when you let it go. When finally you come to that point where you say, okay, there's nothing more I can do, I have to let this go, and somehow, for some reason, things just click, and it happens.
Yeah. And so an amazing comment that was always taught to me in this receiving was, one, when you're asking, you get to be in a different vibration than the receiving part.
Yeah.
And then two, to go along with that, is if you check in and you ask, and then you put 1% into it, and then you put in that allowance and that receiving, then the universe and God will take 1,000 steps towards you. You take one step towards what you're feeling, just feel that flow, and then breathe and let God and the universe bring the rest to you.
So how can we help people out there take that step to feel it?
Okay, so I have some questions to ask the audience. And we're going to just explore where you're at in your receiving, because sometimes for me, and when I'm working with people, a lot of times we don't understand what we're rejecting, or that we are holding the opposite end, right? Because I'm working so hard, I want this, I want this, I want this, but really I'm not allowing that space to receive it. And so I'm going to go ahead and read a comment from...
Yeah, so we have Aaron who says, love that. Steve Butler is in love. Stacy says, love this. Aaron, yes, I have done some phenomenal creations, open to receive. Well, open to really receive.
Yeah, yes. Oh, good.
Never enough seems to be common. All of the above. Natasha says all three. Money, relationships, and health.
Yes, I love all three too.
Erin looks like she's curious.
Okay, so I'm going to, you guys get to put in your comments. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions for you. Okay? And you're going to rate this 1 to 5. And 1 is how close it is to you, and 5 is how far away it is from you.
I'm so excited for this.
You have something?
And tell them to make sure they're commenting which question they're answering.
Okay, so you're going to put, I have letters.
Okay.
So the question will be A, B, C, D, and then you're going to put a number of where you're at on that. Does that help, Ben? Thank you, you've taught me well.
Well done, Ben, thanks.
Okay, so ask yourself these questions, and these are going to, again, give you an exploration and a curiosity of where you're receiving and where you're rejecting. Okay.
This is A.
Question A. How well do you take compliments? 1 to 5. 1, actually the 1 being excellent, I receive them, I love it, thank you very much. 5 being I feel uncomfortable, I block them, no. Like us girls, I'm sure, I don't know, I'm just going to speak for the women. But when I was like growing up, the thing to do was if they were like, oh my gosh, you look so cute. The thing to do was, no, I don't, you look cute, right? And oh, your hair's so pretty. And oh gosh, you know, it was like, I just got out of bed. It's like awful, right? But your hair, wow, where did you get, right? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's totally deflecting, okay? That is not receiving a compliment. And whether or not, now here's the key. Because I've had people say, well, Ruth, what if I know they're being fake? So, I'm curious. If I'm like, Nate, I can't even find anything to make fun of you right now with. Let's just, make something up. But I'm like, oh my gosh, Nate, like, your nose looks so awesome right now, right? Because you don't have a booger at all hanging out of it. It looks so good. and
I will take that as a compliment.
Good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, did you see Nate's nose? He had a big old booger hanging out of it, right? So he did the receiving part though. So even if they're not being authentic in that, or even if you feel like they're not being authentic, you still get to receive that. Okay, because that's also a projection of what you are creating.
Isn't that funny? Even if they mean the opposite,
yeah,
you can still receive it.
Yeah, because what if I was really meaning? Because I get weird looks on my face all the time, especially when I'm thinking, and so I could be like giving a compliment, and then I'd be like this, and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, is she serious or was she like?" Joking, and I'm just spacing off, right? Admiring what I was complimenting, but I've tripped people out. And made them feel self-conscious because I was staring at them. Weird. Interesting. Okay, so do we have...
So we have Nora says she's a 3, Natasha's a 3.
Okay.
Let us know, this is A, so let us know what your number is.
Okay, and then also just explore how you receive it and how you don't. Okay?
And just so you know, receiving on any topic translates to any other topic. So even if it's about a booger in your nose, if you can find a way to receive that, it's going to open up receiving with anything that you desire.
Yeah. Okay, so... Question B. How are you at receiving gifts, especially nice, expensive gifts? 1 to 5, really good. 5, struggle with it. Oh, 25 minutes in.
Wow, what?
I know. We're all drifting off.
I must have done a 20-minute flute session or something.
I know. I needed it, though. Okay. So, for me, this is why I brought this show up. Because I went to go look at a Frisian horse. A lot of you guys have played with me on this.
That was beautiful.
And on my way there, I didn't bring a hat. I didn't bring any sunglasses or nothing. And my eyes, they kind of get dry every so often. But anyway, we're going through the airport, and there's a cool sunglasses shop, right? No problem. And the client friend I was with, he was like, hey, look, there's some sunglasses. See if there's one in there you like. I was like, sure, you know. And at this time, I'm in a creative mode to create money, right? to clean up some stuff. Yeah. And so for me, it was like money, 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 right? And so we looked at these glasses. Okay, cool. I liked them, right? We go to ring them up. They're freaking $400. I didn't even realize we were in a brand name place, Dolce & Gabbana, right? He was like, no problem. He loves to give gifts to just about anybody, wow. Right? So, like, I was special, but this is also his love language. And so in the past, that would have made me go, no, like, I would, like, $400 for a pair of glasses, I could have used that for this. I could have used that for this, right? Right. But that doesn't even mean I would have got that money. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. And so for me to be able to receive this beautiful expression from a friend, I reframed it. I got curious about it, right? So I put it as, I needed some sunglasses. And I had an excellent friend that showed up compassionately and helped me out to protect my eyes instead of a thing, right? So I used the thing, the glasses, instead of protecting them so they don't get hurt because they're so expensive, right? And then I used it also for my logical survival brain to be calm. Okay, here's $400 for my benefit.
Not just your benefit, though. How do you think he felt?
Oh, he felt awesome. If I would have been like, no, man, like, no, he would have been like, rude.
Right, right.
I'm trying to help you. What's your problem?
Yeah, you're taking away his opportunity to feel great about himself.
So, receiving. Okay, so gifts. We got a 2 on Aaron.
Nora's a 4. Natasha's a 3.
Awesome. Leanne. 4.
Leanne, we need to know what that 3 is about. That must be an A for the first one.
Yeah, 4.
And then a 4. I struggle with feeling like being a taker. I always feel I need to be a giver.
Okay. So this is exploring.
This is good.
Where you are rejecting receiving.
Yeah.
Okay. C. Do you have a hard time asking for support or help? I'm so guilty of some of this stuff. I'm getting much, much better because I've put this stuff into work. I've used these tools.
Yeah, yeah. I know I used to be very bad at this. Well, there's 2 sides of this coin too, though.
Yes.
Because you can allow other people to run things, or you can just try and run everything by yourself. Mm-hmm. And I've been on both sides of that coin, where I created an orchestra with a board that basically ran everything for me, but there were too many cooks in the kitchen. And there were other businesses where I tried to run everything by myself. Uh-huh. And neither side really is very balanced. Neither side makes a lot of sense.
Right. So it's about being authentic with asking help and then receiving that help too.
Natasha says, oh my goodness, yes. That's not a number. Nora says 3, Aaron says 4.
Good, guys. Right, again, these are just exploring. Where are you rejecting? Where are you receiving? So D, question D. Do you downplay things in your life that are great? Oh my gosh. This was like half of my life. My life is no kidding better than any action movie out there, I promise. If you ever tried to live my life, it is so exciting and adventurous and great and wonderful and wild, and I can't even tell, like, if I told the truth, nobody believes me. So I would start telling, like, how awesome something is, and everybody, I thought, or the people around me, were like, we don't want to hear that, like you showing off or whatever, right? And so I didn't open myself up to receiving other people celebrating me.
Yeah, right.
Because I was worried. I was worried that I was making them not feel as great, right?
And by the way, a lot of these have similarities in the fact that we care what other people think. That's a hard thing.
Damn it. Okay, so we've got 3 from Aaron, 4. Oh, nice, guys. Good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
love these comments. Aaron, I believe in you.
Yes. Okay.
Sophia Nichols in love, apparently. That's
Oh, you say
good.
that.
Natasha D, or 3, I'm getting much better about this.
Good. Okay, so last one. Do you feel bad if your good comes too easy to you?
As in, if your desires come too easy?
It has to be hard,
Right.
Nathan.
Right.
You gotta have the struggle.
Like finding the perfect
Earn it.
Finding
You
the
gotta
perfect
earn it.
shirt or dress when you're shopping, the first thing you look at, and then you have to look through the rest of the store.
Go shopping through the whole dang mall. There's no
It can't
way
be
to
that
find the perfect
easy.
one. Here you go. For the perfect price.
Right.
You
Good
can
job. You
go
put the work in.
celebrate, Now you can go eat and enjoy. No.
You guys will have to tell us how that works with
I
you.
thought I was gonna be bawling on this show, just so you guys know. But these guys have totally helped me shift.
Oh, that's
like-
good.
You need to receive. That's what it's gonna be like.
We haven't done our job. She's not bawling. That's I have failed you.
It might not be happening. Okay.
Yeah, let me help you. We'll put some tears on there.
I'm all dried up. I've cried all day. Okay. That's
Hey, but
true,
you got the
actually.
sunglasses. You shouldn't be dried up. Come on.
I should have brought the gift.
You should have.
Oh, goodness. So that's another reason why I got him for when you're balling. Okay.
Aaron says 3. This is an exciting one to see happen. The easy.
Easy. Yes, I know. That's me. I was talking to Shad today. And for me to talk to a man I care about is very, very rare. He's been helping me with this. You know, he reminded me that I'm overworking and I get to just start receiving and enjoying, you know, what do I really want? And so anyway,
Did he
Shad,
say
thank
chill
you.
the F out?
No, I think I would have blown a cork if that I can get pretty dang fiery at times. Like, you know, like Stu, like he gets all like, ah, right? That's me. I'm like, ah, you know, I'm not talking about this. We're going to slaughter that. And he's just like,
Wow.
all right, honey, you're just overworking a little bit. I'm just like, right? Anyway, guys, there you go. There's your real Ruth.
And Leanne says 3. I think I'm getting better with age. Yeah,
Nice.
like a fine wine.
Okay, so now, yes.
Oh, I was just going to say, we also have 2 more here that didn't show up here for some reason, but Nora Miller says 2 and Natasha says 4.
Nora's
Ooh,
2
nice.
and Natasha's 4. All right.
Okay, so again, these are exploring. Now that you have these numbers in front of you, okay, this is also something you can do anybody else. If you're watching, write live. If you're watching a replay, do replay, and then I'll kind of give a little bit extension on this, or extended info. Okay, so now this is what you do with it. This is like a simple way to kind of take what your information is here, okay? Ask yourself this, how can you open up to receiving? How can you be more open up? How can you open up? And this can even be so another way of saying, I'm going to say another way. Look and notice all the ways you are pushing away the good. Okay? Even the fact of, like, if someone opens the door for you, what do? Okay? So you're going to now, your homework for this week, your homework, okay? And I get to think of something to reward you with on this. Something big, because you get to receive. Your homework is discover how much you can receive. And I mean receive the sun. And I mean receive a beautiful smell. I mean receive, like if you notice that you like something about me, remember that is actually a reflection about you, okay? If it's something that you like about Nathan, remember it is a reflection. Receive that as you, okay? Things like that. Look at the compliments. Hear the things. How much can you receive? Because once you start allowing your body, your growth, everything to start vibrationally matching up to the levels of abundance and receiving, that's when all of the other stuff can come or be recognized.
Because the truth is, and I love that, recognized, the truth is we are being flowed to. Abundance is flowing to us all the time. And once we start recognizing it, once we start recognizing it, then we get to be a part of the celebration of this abundance, and the things that we desire come faster and faster to us just because we start recognizing what is happening.
And I promise you, you're going to have some shit show up that you're going to feel in your body, and you might need to cry, and you might need to yell, and you might not know what's going on. But that's your body saying, yes, it's time to let go. You might have an old person show up in your mind that you got to clean some stuff up, right? So that you can receive more, right? Or communication. But that's part of growth. That's part of allowing all the stability to come in. All right.
So it's time to feel relief.
Yes, it's time to let it in. Let it in. Recognize it. Explore it. Be curious. What do you get to have? Okay, let's have the one more thought, and then we're going to go to the callers. You okay with that?
Yeah, well, let's tell them really quickly. So Monica's live, Nora's live, Anne is on replay. We don't have the replay yet. Aaron,
that's okay, Annie. You're living in the future, girl.
That's right. Aaron is live. Leanne is live. Anne is live and on the replay, apparently. Natasha's live.
That's some dang good stuff right there. Thank you. I use these tools. This is stuff that has literally shifted my life and still is.
Apparently,
bringing simplicity to it.
Stu is now our he's our PR guy. He's our campaign manager. He says, "Vote Ruth and Nate 2020. Make America receive again." I love it.
It's so funny. Okay, so
I will not raise taxes.
Melissa, thank you. She says, "I always love the way your hair looks." So Melissa, thank you. I will receive that, and then you get to receive that also, girl. Okay. All right. So I have one more thought. So let's go ahead and look at these thoughts. Which one? I can't remember. It has a girl on it. Yes, man. Ben, you are on. Yeah. Okay. Breathe this one in.
I know I am a good person. I am far from perfect, but my intentions are good. My heart is pure, and I love with everything I have. Because of these things, I am worth it. Always have been, always will be. Oh, man. That is amazing.
We got God calling in saying you guys are doing good.
Yeah, receive it.
Receiving the call. Receiving the call. I don't know if
Ben.
you guys can hear it. But anyway.
Let's bring us back in, Ben.
Okay. Trying to find the source of that.
I know, I get it.
I forgot where we were now. I was still doing stuff.
Yeah.
So that's it. I want you guys to take a minute and breathe it in that you are a good person. We know it. That you have good intentions. You might not be clear on what that is, and it might create contrast. But you have a heart that's pure. And you're worth it. Everything. You always have been, and you always will be. You are worth it. You get to receive. That's why you're here. You get to receive the experiences. You get to receive what you're wanting to create. You get to receive what's already created.
I think I speak for Ruth and myself. If we could reach through the camera, take you by the face, and tell you, you are worth it, we would absolutely do that. Give you a hug? Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Here's the other thing. I want to bring something up really quickly because I know some of you have gotten inspiration while we were on the show. Either write it down on your own or write it in the comments. It might be easier for you to write it in the comments. But I know some of you have gotten some inspiration on some things that you can let go or that you can receive better. So make sure that you write it down, because that's going to make a bigger effect for you.
Yes. So even like if you're receiving a compliment and for some reason you start questioning it, or you notice you're picking that apart, or you notice that your body gets a little uncomfortable, like you look away, right? Like some people will look away if they're receiving that. Mm-hmm. Notice that, and just notice it and love yourself for noticing that and being okay. And then what do I get to do? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Open up your posture. Sometimes we don't even have to say anything, but just turning and facing, acknowledging, anything, right? That helps. All of that helps. Everything. Okay. All right.
Best show yet, Ruth.
I'm surprised I didn't cry. I'm doing pretty good right now. I was like, I love you guys. I was getting so passionate on my drive here. It's like, you guys are so worth it. I'm worth it. Now you're worth it, bad. You guys are all worth it. Right?
Truth.
Okay. All right. I'll stop getting into the drama. All right. Let's get a caller on. Who do we have first? Now that we've made her wait forever.
I know. Thanks for waiting.
I'm like 25 minutes, and then we'll be...
Let's make sure to turn on her audio so we can hear her. All right. Who is this?
Jamie
Lynn.
Jamie Lynn.
Jamie Lynn.
Can you hear us? There we go.
Thank you so much for waiting.
Yes,
thanks for
you.
being brave and receiving this. All right. So, what type of reading would you like? What are you wanting? What's your question for today?
I don't know. That was pretty inspiring about the receiving part. Like, especially this week, actually, picking up the workload at work, you know, like taking on that responsibility of receiving, like, how good of a job you're doing and stuff, you know. And also being in recovery, it's taught me a lot of, like, mindfulness and stuff like that. I don't know. Anything you gotta tell me.
That's a perfect comment. So you're learning to allow things more. You're learning to let other people in and to receive help.
Yes.
So, Jamie Lynn, do you have stuff going on with your hands or your wrists?
No. No.
Okay, so I want you to know then. So, see how much you can receive this. Okay.
Okay.
You have an amazing gift with your hands. Okay. You can you create in a sense healing with your hands. Is any of that coming through for you? So I know that, like, maybe you're a nurse too, aren't you? Or what do you do?
I used to be a CNA, but I work at Maverick. I work in the bonfire grill, so I'm using my hands daily.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do, all right? You get to start exploring the energy you feel with your hands, okay? The tingling that you feel, okay? Sometimes they'll get super hot. Do they ever get hot and sweaty?
Yeah, they are right now, actually.
Okay. So so you are what I call a fire sign. And that's a very passionate type of personality. And you can, like, literally, so right now, play along with us, okay? Are you holding the phone, or can you take your hands off of it for a moment?
Well, I'm holding it, but I can put it on my lap.
Okay, do that.
There we go.
Okay, so what I want you to do, and anybody watching, you can play along with us with this, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to first rub your hands together and just notice the sound. Okay, now go faster, and then go slower, and then go faster, And now what I want you to do is I want you to stop. And then as you pull it apart, I want you to feel the tension and the energy as you pull it apart. It's like going to pull your hands back together again. Okay?
Yeah.
So keep seeing where you can feel that energy between your hands. And as you're pulling it apart, you kind of let that energy almost pull your hands back together again. And you feel that tension. Okay? So what this is, okay, so go ahead and just hold your hands apart for a minute. And now I want you to like pretend like you're feeling a ball, like a ball of energy. Okay?
Okay.
Like a little ball. Okay? So this ball of energy, you can literally move around to create like if people are feeling chaotic, or if people are like feeling tired in a room, or if somebody is just almost heartbroken or scared, or you're standing in and working and you're feeling drained, you can do this and take that energy and almost then, can you see me okay? You're going to take this, okay, so watch me for a second. So let's say you start getting a little bit tired, right? And you start building this energy up, and you're going to feel it all through, because it's all through your body, girl. Like you are natural energy, hot, burning, fun energy. You're going to pull it, and you're going to feel it, okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to picture this energy, right? And you're going to go like this. And you're going to bring it into your heart or your solar plexus or whatever your body is calling for it. Okay? So I want you, and then you just breathe that in and feel it like wake up your cells of your body.
Okay.
So you are like, so like if you were in ancient times, right? Or fictional times or whatever you want to call it, you would be someone that they're like, we want fire, but we have no way of starting it. You could literally like take this and start a fire. Like that's your energy. Do you ever find that you almost like zap people? And they're like, ooh,
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to be around you. Or they're like cuddling up to you because you're just like so loving and welcoming.
Yeah, but a lot of people sometimes get intimidated by me too.
Yeah, that's your
Because
fire
of the way-
energy.
Because the way I carry myself.
Yeah. So that's okay, right? So if it starts stimulating, if your body starts going like, right? When you start feeling that anger, you start feeling that energy, then I want you to play with it a little bit. Start like moving and seeing if you can feel it around you, okay? And then just like breathe it like, ah, this is yummy power, right? Not like yummy power, but ah.
By the way, Aaron comments saying, "Dang, that is powerful energy." I felt it too. That was interesting.
I'm on
Tingly
fire, actually,
warmness.
I'm
Tell us if you
very
guys
warm
felt
right
it too.
now.
Very warm, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys can feel Jamie-Lynn, let us
I'm
know.
very warm right now. Yes, my face
So do
is
you
very
have
flushed.
any questions at this moment? Because if there's more that you want to learn, then we can like work with this a little bit more later.
All right. I
Okay.
appreciate the powerful word.
Yeah, you are neat. You are neat. So some of your homework is that, right? Like what I showed you. You can watch the show again. But another thing for you to take home is I want you to look up the personality type of fire element, the fire element.
Okay.
Melissa and Nora both say that they feel it. Yeah.
The tingling warmness. Yes, we feel the fire. See, everybody else on the show, they're feeling you, girl. They're like, yes, yes, we like it. All right. Okay, cool.
All right.
I love you. Thanks for being brave, and thanks for coming on and sharing that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, see you later.
All right. Who's the next caller?
Natasha, but she hasn't come on.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That's
Natasha, call in, girl. Natasha. Natasha.
So that was interesting. That was, yeah, I don't think I've ever felt that before.
Ooh, it gets fun. So this is so you've seen like the Tai Chi stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or all of that. It's utilizing all of the energy around and then taking it in. And so this exercise, it helps the brain kind of clue in quicker to it versus just, your right side, like knowing what's going on, your left side, like, this is what the heck, or sounds cool, right?
Natasha says she's joining the call.
Good.
Great. Awesome.
So, yeah, all of you guys, we'll get into another show where we talk a little bit more about elements, and maybe, like we've been talking about the animal guides and things like that briefly, but there's another part where we'll get into elements. And it gets even funner where, like, so some people are more attracted to the animals and they work with the animals, and there are other people that talk with the trees, with the sky, with the ground, right? So
wow.
it's, yeah. I know, we just kind of had to break everybody in before we get into the really cool nitty-gritty stuff. So,
awesome.
But you got to be able to receive before you can receive fully the information accurately for you.
Right.
Oh, I did
so,
do this.
Natasha, it looks like you're going to have to try over again to join the call.
Okay, so I'm going to show you. So I saw this quote. Christopher posted it. He said, "I wonder how often we in the conscious world use the words, 'that doesn't resonate,' when we actually mean, 'I'm not ready to accept that right now.'"
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So, anyway, discover, it's all right if you're not. It's okay if you're uncomfortable to receive things. Just understand that the more that you exercise that in your life on the direction that you want versus just receiving what you don't necessarily agree with, then you get that abundance of practice.
And Erin says she loves playing with energy balls.
I thought she said just balls. I was like, me too.
Receive that, Ruth.
That's right.
High five.
Receiving.
Yeah.
I just saw a commercial yesterday. On the back of a bike seat, they have little dangling LED balls that look like. You should find that video. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh! If I actually had like a job where I had to go to a desk,
Yeah.
I would get those little silicone balls to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
This
I will
is-
stop right there.
Guys, receive this.
Receive
this.
Yeah. I'm having a fantasy world for a minute. Anyway.
So if we can't get Natasha, let's get her the phone number. If we can't get her on VMix call.
Get on, girl.
So let us know, you guys. What are some things that you feel like you can be receiving better this week? What do you feel like you can allow a little bit more of, that you can receive a little bit more of? I mean, we can talk about that a little bit while we're waiting to bring her on.
Yeah.
How about you?
I get to receive. I'm still exploring the receiving help. I can feel I still have some suspicions, I guess you could call it, right? I don't know. Like, I'm usually flowing pretty good, but then all of a sudden, when I go to up level or something starts getting wobbly for me, and then I notice that, especially people that are close to me, I start those old traumas of growing up start showing up.
So you say you
clear.
start feeling pressure? You start feeling resistance a little bit?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. yeah, and I get to exercise shifting my thoughts, so that my momentum doesn't take me into the contrast stronger, right? Because, because when this also is the same with other people. Like, once you have a thought and you think about it, 17 seconds, then you start creating that again, and after a minute, you're literally manifesting what you were thinking. So like, say I'm like the support, right? I'm someone close to me. So I'm going to use even the example of Shad today. I felt like calling him, but my mind kept going, no, you like, why would you do that? You can't hold space for him. You can't, like, you're coming in a mess, a fire case, right? And he's not gonna like that, right?
Right.
And then my inner being is like, do it. So I followed that, and then all of a sudden I'm reverting for a second again, right? Like, you don't even want to hear me, right? And that's a complete lie. Like, I call her Susie in my head. I'm like, Susie, girl, you lying, right? Shad loves talking to you. It's all right. Right? we're gonna wait for a minute and just talk to him, okay? And then so I notice, like, I'll get those little weird suspicions or those, like, offsets that instead of just letting him support how he gets to support, I'm internalizing the energetic feeling I'm getting.
So it's always the I desire, but.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what my classic response was I would shut up. I would shower with love or hang up or whatever. And then I would be like, thanks, but no thanks. And then I would go and just pretty much turn into a machine and overdo it. Almost like a self-punishment, right? Because I didn't let myself be clear on the request, and then I also didn't let myself receive anything that was coming in. So it's almost like setting myself up, but I didn't realize that. I was like proving to myself that nobody cared, right?
Right.
And when that's not the case. I just wasn't being clear. I wasn't being authentic, or there's just different things that I got to evolve in.
The crazy thing about that is when you decide on a belief, you will prove it to yourself.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
So is she coming on, or do we get to clean this up? Oh, Natasha! Let's say it, or Tasha. Tasha! She knows what I mean. She's from, okay, so we're going to end this, and I have absolutely loved doing this with all of you guys. Go back through, look at your questions, really explore how you get to receive more. And your homework is, I want an update on what you discovered with where you get uncomfortable, and also where you were able to shift that and let yourself receive, even in the uncomfortableness.
And if you have a desire that you feel like you should be receiving, we'd love to look at the comments later and see what it is that you want to receive. And if you have that little voice that says, but, write that down too, and we can help you overcome that.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I'm going to offer a huge thing for everybody that's on. You have until, what's tonight? Thursday? Okay, so we're going to do 77, code 77. And I'm going to do $100 off of a reading, but you have to get in touch with me before noon on Friday, and then you only get till Sunday evening to redeem it.
Wow. You weren't kidding, you really are.
Receive!
Oh, yeah.
Don't question it, just,
Just
receive
receive.
it.
Don't say but.
Don't say but.
Just receive it, I promise you.
Yeah,
You're going to want to receive this.
I'm really giving this authentically and honestly, because you guys deserve it, okay? You're worth it to me. You're worth it.
She's never done this before.
No.
That's kind of crazy.
Okay. All right. So anything else?
I feel great.
I want to thank everybody, all you guys in the back scenes. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
well done,
awesome.
Ben and Stu.
We will see you again.
Okay, next week.
Hmm.